I never thought my career would come crashing down because of one spoiled, arrogant kid. But that's exactly what happened when my boss's son decided I was standing in the way of his ego. I'd been working at this company for 6 years. 6 long years of showing up early, staying late, covering for others, and putting my heart into every project. My boss, Mr. Harris, wasn't the easiest man to work for, but I respected him. He built the business from scratch, and I thought loyalty meant something to him. That illusion shattered the day his son walked in. His name was Tyler, 23 years old. Fresh out of some expensive college, armed with a degree he probably cheated his way through, and wearing a smug smile like the world owed him everything. The first day I met him, he waltzed into the office, leaned on my desk, and said, "So you're the guy keeping Dad's seat warm until I take over?" I laughed, thinking he was joking, but his face stayed serious. That's when I realized this kid wasn't playing. He saw me as competition, even though I'd never wanted Mr. Harris's throne. I just wanted to do my job. Over the next few weeks, Tyler made my life hell. He'd forget to send me important emails, then blame me when deadlines were missed. He'd stroll into meetings late, interrupt me mid-sentence, and say things like, "Actually, what Michael meant to say was," before butchering the explanation. Everyone saw it. My coworkers rolled their eyes, whispered in the break room, but no one dared confront him. After all, he was the boss's son. One Friday afternoon, things reached a breaking point. We had just finished a big client presentation that I had spent weeks preparing. Everything was perfect, until Tyler opened his mouth. He contradicted me on a key detail in front of the client. The client looked confused, and the whole deal nearly fell apart. After the meeting, I pulled Tyler aside. "Look, I don't know what your problem is with me, but this has to stop. You're making us look bad." He smirked, leaning in close. "My problem? My problem is you acting like you own this place." "Newsflash, Michael. You don't. I do. And soon enough, I'll make sure everyone knows it." I clenched my fists but walked away. I wasn't about to stoop to his level. But then Monday came. I walked into Mr. Harris's office, and he wouldn't even look at me. On his desk was a file, and inside were complaints about me, fabricated mistakes, alleged misconduct, things I had never done. And at the bottom of the list? Tyler's signature. Mr. Harris sighed. "Michael, I don't know what's gotten into you. You've always been dependable. But my son tells me you've been cutting corners. Clients are upset. I can't ignore this." My heart raced. "Sir, that's not true. You know me. You've seen my work for years. This is all Tyler." But Mr. Harris just shook his head. "I can't go against my own son. I'm sorry. You're fired." Fired. Just like that. 6 years of loyalty. Gone in a heartbeat because of a spoiled brat with a silver spoon. I packed my things in silence while Tyler leaned against the doorway, grinning like he'd won the lottery. As I walked out, he whispered, "Told you I'd get rid of you." That night, I sat in my apartment staring at the boxes of my life. My career reduced to cardboard. Anger boiled inside me, but underneath it was something stronger. Determination. If Tyler thought he'd destroyed me, he had no idea who he was messing with. For weeks, I kept quiet. I applied to other jobs, but I also did something else. Something Tyler never expected. I still had contacts. Clients who respected me. Friends inside the company who whispered updates. And the more I heard, the more I realized Tyler was running the business straight into the ground. Late reports. Missed deadlines. Arrogant demands that drove clients away. He was reckless, and Mr. Harris was too blind to see it. So I started making calls. Quietly, carefully. I reached out to a few of the company's biggest clients, the ones I had built relationships with over years. I explained what had happened to me, how Tyler had set me up. They weren't surprised. They had their own stories of his arrogance. And then I made my move. With their support, I pitched an idea I'd been holding on to for years. A new business model, one that streamlined their needs and cut costs. They loved it. They didn't just love it, they invested in it. Within 3 months, I launched my own firm. Small at first, Just me and a couple of old colleagues who were fed up with Tyler, too. But the clients followed. And here's the sweet part. They didn't just follow. They left Tyler's company behind. Word spread fast. Deals Tyler thought were locked in slipped through his fingers and landed in my lap. Every arrogant smirk he'd thrown at me replayed in my head each time I signed a new contract. Revenge wasn't just sweet, it was success. The final blow came 6 months later. I was at a networking event when I spotted Mr. Harris across the room. He looked older, tired, the weight of disappointment heavy on his shoulders. He approached me slowly. "Michael, I hear you're doing well." I nodded. "Better than I ever imagined." He sighed. "I should have listened to you." "Tyler, he's not ready. The company's falling apart. Clients are gone. I don't know how much longer we can hold on." For a moment, I almost felt sorry for him. Almost. But then I remembered the look on his face when he chose his son's lies over my years of loyalty. "I hope things work out for you," I said simply, then turned to walk away. Later, I found out the company eventually collapsed. Tyler disappeared from the industry, his arrogance finally catching up with him. As for me, my firm grew, slowly, steadily, into something I could be proud of, not just because I proved Tyler wrong, but because I built it on my own terms, with integrity, with hard work, and with people who believed in me. Looking back now, I realize getting fired was the best thing that ever happened to me. Tyler thought he was destroying me, but all he did was set me free. And my revenge? It wasn't just taking clients or building a business. My real revenge was living the life he could only dream of. Because nothing stings an arrogant man more than seeing the person he tried to destroy succeed beyond his wildest imagination. And every time I sign a new deal, every time I watch my company grow, I remember that smirk on Tyler's face as I packed my things. And I smile, because the story didn't end the way he thought it would. It ended the way I chose.